Hey guys, what's up? It's RogerDeath here again, and I've done 2 of the videos on this game before, so if you've been paying attention, you should recognize it. But this is once again Dawn of the Dragons. This is my second account that I created for the purposes of this kind of tutorial, teach you guys what you should be doing kind of thing. And I wanted to do an update because new UI sort of again. At least here, they changed it a little from what it was last time. So now you see patch notes are more explicitly stated. It's got a larger area. It's not just this little area underneath here. The expeditions get this big ass bar here instead of being another little thing up here. And now you can actually see what I was talking about with the marking for the world raid or rare spawn. Now the fact that you can actually click here and it takes you, whoa. It takes you to the loot poster. It doesn't look right because I'm just having it center on that one little part. But you can actually see the loot poster. It'll open it from there, so you don't actually have to visit the forums. Now, obviously it says click here to join. Well, I've already joined, so it's saying you're already a member. Don't do that again. So, slightly different here. It's got the same general idea. Buttons have been moved around, so that this is now not over here, with magic over here, closer there. Rallying Cry also has gotten a little different. You can now share to a guild if you have a guild. I obviously don't on this account anymore, which really doesn't surprise me too much. And so, share to public, at least on Congregate, you have to do this thing. Still, you still have to hold the shift click to copy. You paste it over here. Bam. Everybody's got this. You shouldn't have to do that with World Raids anymore. But you might with other things. So I've only done 73 million, and the max tier on this is 50 billion. But thankfully, we've got a lot of time left. It also features. I also got to show off the little words down here. This is the type of raid it is. They started doing this a while back. I can actually see if it was in my last video. I just need to mute it real quick. It's open over here on the side. Yeah, they had it in the last one, so I'm not going to talk about it anymore. But so. Nothing else has really changed that much. Just the look of, just gear and everything did. But since that last video, we've had a whole month of World Raids, which happened in May. A new one every week that ran until Wednesday. Except for the last one, which ran for 14 days. I believe it was. It was a long-ass raid. So we've gotten a bunch of cool gear from that. We also got, where are they? These cool little anniversary cakes. We got 10 of each that restore either energy or stamina, and it's 100% of each. Blood and marzipan's a good flavor too. And so you still get the drops from the world raids and everything. Still do damage to it. Get the cool little pop-up here. Honor increased. Plus stat points. So if you haven't watched any of my other videos, go watch them first. Especially the first one. I'm going to be covering different things in these than I have in the past. And, yeah. Citadel was not out. Also, okay, so I have a few things I want to talk about. This is a new world raid. We've never seen it before. We also don't have something that's really good against it yet. When you go to level up, I do, because I'm still below level 500, I do the 3 stamina, 1 energy. Once you hit 500, do that until you hit an even amount of stamina, like say 1600. Something that allows you to do an even number of 20 hits and not leave you with extra stamina. And then start dumping it all to energy. So you should be taking the energy class at that point. It's better for you later on. Because quests start to cost a lot of energy. I mean, this is kind of fair. Oh yeah, also you can hold down on the continue or attack buttons for mini bosses and big bosses to speed things up a little bit. Not a lot, but it's useful. So you're not click spamming so much. You don't get carpal tunnels quite as fast anymore. Now this is the Scrolls of Darzn zone. It is a zone for getting the Scrolls of Darzon, which have two effects. One, in the buff display, which doesn't show here. It won't show it here, but over here, once I reload, give it a second. Once I've reloaded, click on the buff display, and obviously there's a lot more because I actually play on this account. Legion Tactics of Darzon. These are what you get from completing it. You get 1 per each difficulty. So you get 4 in total. Each one provides you a Legion bonus of 50%. So you can get a lot. And I've got a lot of other boosts going on in here too. Eesh. Damn. I have a lot of those. So, you know, same idea, new thing. But there's a few new things that I can introduce on this account that I can't on the other one because I haven't set them up. The first of which is probably the most significant. It's the Citadel. I've upgraded mine a little bit. So what happens is you see these this is in addition to the Bazaar or the land system. If you've played Legacy of 1,000 Suns, this is basically adapting that system over to here and still having the land one. But there are multiple buildings. You see 3 of which are grayed out because I have not unlocked them. They are the barracks, the weaponsmith, the armorsmith, the alchemist, the research library, stables, pet emporium, and training grounds. Of those, the only one you cannot currently unlock under any means whatsoever is the pet emporium. Still coming soon. They haven't released it yet. And what this does is, depending on how upgraded it is and how much stuff you've unlocked, you can make things. Out of the barracks, you train generals and troops based on you unlock the first tier with the book, which you get from doing certain quests, certain bosses in the quest line. You get the barracks book from beating Chieftain Horgrak on normal. You get the armorsmith one from beating the lurking horror on normal. Weaponsmith you get from beating Erebus on normal. And then it jumps to, you get alchemist from, I want to say you get it from Nalagarst on normal, but it might be Calaxia, I can't remember for sure off the top of my head. And then research library you get from beating Belarius, the Guardian, on normal. And I don't remember the rest because I actually haven't done those. I've been focusing on Scrolls of Darzon, which I'm also in on here, but I'm on Nightmare as opposed to the normal on the other side. So what it does is, depending on how upgraded it is, you can create certain things within it. Everything has a timer associated with it, and some of them are really damn long. For the basic level, it's 135 hours, I believe, for the general, and 80 hours for, I mean, you know, that doesn't round right. I can't remember what it is, obviously, but, you know, it's fair. It takes a long time. It's not something you get really quickly. You get the book, you have to construct it. That takes 24 hours, and then you can start making one of these guys. Now, that's great for normal people just starting. Absolutely awesome. But, you know, higher tiers give better stuff. Like, you actually can't unlock Scroll 4 anymore because you got that from one of the world raids we had. To unlock Sundlack the Chucker and the Orc Conscript, and they go really well together. Because they recently implemented the Orc race. That wasn't around for a while. We had Oroks, but not Orcs. We also have Angels now. We've had Goblins. But we actually have a brand new race as well. Where is it? I made one. Way to go. Oh, that's right, it doesn't fit. We have Merfolk now. Brand new. Just started out today. These can be really strong if you get a great Legion full of them, because they get +1 for each Merfolk troop in the Legion. So you get a lot of them, they become really strong. So, you know, you do the standard stuff. But barracks gives troops, smith gives armor. Well, barracks is generals too. Weaponsmiths do weapons for both main hand and offhand. This is a epic main hand, but actually everything in this tier is, but they do offhand as well with Rogar's memory and the Omnimon's General's Dagger, Bounty Hunter's Trap. This was actually Planet Coin gear a while back. You got it from doing an expedition. I have some of this gear. It's actually really terrible for doing for procs, but you can also get the entire Bounty Hunters set here as well, which, if you notice, I'm actually using here. Ta-da! Bounty Hunter's mask. And so, research library, or the alchemists, you create potions, be it healing potions, stamina and energy potions. You know, the greater ones. You can even make volatile. I don't know what the timer on those, but those take a long time. You can also make bloodthirst potions and ironhide potions, and these are incredible because they increase your damage so much. The time on these for one of them, 220 hours. I know that off the top of my head. Research library allows you to create scrolls to upgrade other components of your Citadel. Like, I've upgraded my stable. Oh, I can't upgrade my stables because I don't have them unlocked. I've upgraded my barracks. I can't upgrade my trading grounds because I don't have that as well. The Pet Emporium will eventually do familiars. We don't know if they'll have an effect or not. Stables do mounts, of which I actually don't really care because I have a legendary general I will talk about later. And there's the training grounds, which gives you different legions and legion boosts. So everything has its purpose. It does. This is the hardest to get. You get it from the boss of this guy over here, far away from home. So it takes a long time to get to. But so Citadel is the first major new feature. The other is a new PvP type, Invasion. Invasion consists of you building up a bunch of brigades. You have a set ones for attack and defense. You set them up and you change out your generals and such. And you fight other people. Depending on your perception, which is a stat we haven't really talked about, you scout out enemies and you can examine them and say, oh yeah, that's what he has in there, huh? Oh. Like, I'm going to crush these guys, no problem. I could arrange these in any order I want. So you assign them, who you think, who's going to beat them. Yep, I win. You get invasion points, which, you know, allow you to go up in rank and to get cool shit. The Orok invaders are insane. They're just absolutely insane. Very, very strong troops. Probably some of the greatest free ones, actually. So what happens if you go up against somebody that you can't actually scout out? That didn't work. So, by even going in and scouting, you automatically waste a ticket, so you might as well place guys down to attack. Yeah, you get points. I'm going to intentionally go up against a guy I have no hopes of fighting to show you. We scout. Crap, I don't know anything about it. I am going to lose, I am sure of this. Attack, yeah. So you can, what happens is you can actually lose or win individual battles, but lose overall. So this requires some effort to do correctly, and there's a reason for that. Attack brigades only really benefit from having a high attack value. If you've got tank characters, they should go in defense. Defense, hey. Defensive ones, they benefit from having a high defense. Go figure. So what a lot of people do that have no life is when they go on the offensive, they deconstruct their defense brigade, build up the strongest attack brigades they can, slaughter the crap out of everybody, destroy the attack brigades, and rebuild the defense brigades. Pain in the ass, if you ask me. So, World Raid. I'm joined in. I have no completed raids waiting. Damn. And so, fight. I'm doing lots of damage. 4 million. 4 million. I have really strong procs, that's why. 5 million. I mean, look at this. Woman in Warpaint alone is doing 200,000, which is Zumara, who we have talked about in the past, I believe. Yeah, fortunately, I actually didn't get a mount proc, so I can explain the idea of Tasau, the Beast King. He is the latest legendary general that has been unleashed upon us, and god damn is he awesome. Chance for bonus damage that's independent of mounts. It's a mount that scales, I believe, based on how many mounts you have. Yeah. Uh, but the more important part is whenever a mount does damage, half that damage is repeated if Tasao is in the... Tsuo? I don't know how to say his name. I assume it's Tsao. Is in the Legion. Silent Stallion, when you've stacked him up enough, is one of the most powerful procs in the game, doing over 300 times the act damage it was prior to him. So I've hit for 158 million before. I've hit for 350 million before, thanks to these guys and to Sal. So unfortunately, he's no longer available. If he comes up in a mystery pack, buy him immediately if you can. He is insane. He's probably the single best general they've released to this point. It's absolutely amazing. But I mean, the other cool thing about him is he spawns these guys, new mounts. He can spawn any non-unique mount. What does non-unique mean? Well, he can't summon in any of the Solus line. He can't summon in ones that you can only make one of in the crafting section. Like he can only make one. No, not collect in general. You can only make one. You can only have one Pegasus. You can only have one. Where you see, Lakshmi the Dreamer. Anything you can only, anyone you can only have one of, he can't summon in. So, those are the only real restrictions. But, so, I want to show you how many I have gotten. I had everything up to this Battle Drake here. He summoned in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 full rows of 5, so 25 there, plus the 3 down here. So I've gotten 28 new mounts because of him alone. Why is that so awesome? Let's go back and read his text some more. Where is he? He's down here. It's hard to read, but it says, Tasao the Beast King's attack and defense increased by 25 for every 3 different mounts owned. That's why he's an 813 attack defense monster. He doesn't beat out Vigbjorn the Crazed's attack. He will eventually because he actually started with a higher Vigbjorn started with a higher one. He also increases by his attack and damage also increased by amounts. Actually, it's kind of funny. And then Zumara is 591. She's a lot harder to get really high because you have to have a lot of weapons, clothing items, and rings. World raids are great for that, though. But that was a quick look at the new updates to this. I'm going to actually... This is going to look screwy for... Oh, wait. I'm not done. Let's go back here. Yes, I'm still here. So, you know, you do your standard thing of hitting the world raid. Nothing too special about that. This one's a fairly long one. I think all of them nowadays are becoming that. These nice long ones, which is cool because it gives you more time to hit the 50 billion mark that we already have people hitting. Because A, they have no life, or B, they just spend a shit ton of money. It's usually a combination of the two. So, you know, whatever. You hit it, you hit it, you hit it. You get... my recommendations for this world raid. Let me look at the damage, the loot tiers again, and let me provide you some basic ideas. Because it's a fairly long raid, and you can get very powerful by doing it some. By crafting Blood on the Water, a legion specific to aquatic creatures, which this is not the only one anymore, they've updated that. By getting Merman Priests, who we've talked about earlier, And this unique general, well, all generals unique, so for this general, you can easily do, I'd say go for at least 125 million. That's a fairly easy hit point to hit. It gives you increases to this guy, to this general, 10 points, it gives you a total of 20 stat points each. Because you get, where is it? You get 2 of these boosts from that, hitting that much. You'll get this cool shield. That is the main reason you're hitting that high. Which gives you, a good amount of defense and some nice attack. It's great for beginners. But you also get this cool trident here, which is the opposite. A lot of attack, less defense. Good procs. But they also give, this one gives energy and this one gives stamina. You can use those to auto level, which is a big, big deal. It's very difficult to do once you hit a certain level. My main account doesn't do it anymore. So it's interesting to do it for me. But so, you kind of want to hit, the plan for this world raid is hit until you have about 50, or hit until you have 25 of each type of these guys. I'd say get blood on the water first. This will increase your damage tremendously. If you go for this first, you'll have a chance at hitting that 125 million. And this is gonna be like a unique video. It's going up aside from schedule because it's flash game. It's gonna be super small, and I'm not worried about it. After that, get the general, and then fill this legion up with merman priests. So 15 merman priests. This is going to be extremely powerful against any aquatic raid, be it world raid or normal, and it's going to be extremely powerful. Now, compared to a lot of characters that I've seen, like Formal's character probably could do this much too, pretty quickly. I mean, it hasn't been out for a day even. It's been out for a matter of hours. I can easily hit that 125 million mark here on this account, which, like I said, is fairly weak. It's only level 272. Pretty low stats. He's just got some decent gear. If you do like I said, you'll be pretty much on equal grounds with some of the more veteran players that have been around for a bit, but haven't really managed to farm a ton. Or they just casually hit raids and such. So yeah, let's see if we got lucky and we got enough to craft. Oh, hell no. Wow. So, like I said, 3 things that are important to do. First, objective A, get blood on the water. Most important thing you can do. Second objective, get Murgrel, or however the hell you say his name, I don't know. Haven't figured it out. Nobody understands. Nobody understands him. 3. Third thing to do. Get 15 merman priests to stick in blood on the water. That will increase your damage a lot more because A, they increase on their own strength by having a lot of them, but he also increases by having more of them. He gets 1 attack and 2 defense for each one. So you're getting a lot of free attack and defense from just the world raid. If you do these things, you should be a shoo-in for 125 million. And if you hit that, you are free to decide your next goal. But you absolutely 100% want to hit 5 million, for sure. That is the lowest you should hit on this world raid, given how long it is and how easy it's going to be to get that high. 5 million gets you a damage boost, gets the stat boost, first one of them, for this guy and that fancy little trident. So that's my little update on Dawn of the Dragons. Anytime we get big updates, like new world raids, overhaul to raids, overhaul to gear, overhaul to legions, new stuff like the Citadel or the Invasion, I will do a new video on it. That's it for this one. I am going to leave you with a very... you can see XSplit here. With a very... you know, yeah, let's do it like this. With a very out-of-scaled and unprofessionally looking Okay, no, don't show up over there. No, that's not what I wanted. We'll show you. Gotta go to my downloads tab. I better look at the loot poster, and I'll leave you with this because I can show you my recommendations on it. Kind of. I don't think I have a pen. I think maybe. I think I can draw on it. Oh crap! I'm very bad at XSplitting, even though I've had this program for a while. Whoa! Not what want do. But basically, like I said, 5 million should be the least amount you do. You see, you get that little bonus there. If you can hit 125 million, that gives you some nice benefits because of the shield, the trident. By that point, you're very, very likely to have this general and the Legion for him, and probably a few of the mermaids or mermen or whatever you want to call them, merfolk. So you should be able to do a lot of damage with that. So there's my recommendations for Dawn of the Dragons as of whatever the hell today's date is, June 21st, 2013, at roughly 8:25 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time, which is GMT -6. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.